Hi guys, Rachel here with the Cackling Moon. I am going to do a video where I am going to show you some of the witchy products that I have bought the last couple of months that I really love. I really enjoy this person's creations. She has an Etsy shop. I'm always raving about her stuff, and I really want to just kind of discuss with you guys some of these things that I have been enjoying personally, to spread the word to you guys and see if maybe it's something you would want to add to your own journey, your own practice, your craft. So if you're interested in watching to see what I have to say, get something to drink, get something to munch on, get cozy, and let's get into it. All right, so this person's shop, she goes by Anitas Apothecary. And so you can find her on Etsy, and she creates all of her own candles, oil blends, sprays. She has different herbs for, hang on one second, I just realized as soon as I said herb, I knew exactly what I was forgetting. I knew my pile looked a little bit too small. I was like, there's something else that's supposed to be here. Okay, so yeah, so she makes her own herb blends. She does pretty much everything. She also has some crystals and like jewelry and little things like that too. But I haven't dived into the crystal or jewelry portion. Oh my gosh, my hair. I promise you guys, I promise I brush my hair, but this is like natural, all natural, like fresh out of the shower. It dried itself, and it can be a little frizzy. Just a little bit, sorry. Okay, let's start with the candles because that's what I have most of. The candle was actually the first thing that grabbed my attention about Anita's shop. So I follow her, well actually Brittany, who I just recently did a collaboration with. Brittany creates her own jewelry wraps and stuff. And so with the crystals. And so Brittany actually sent me Anita's, one of her posts on her Instagram, of a candle that she created. And this was like last year sometime, like in the fall, I want to say. And it was around the time when I was like really resonating a lot with crows and stuff. And so Anita had come out with a candle that had to do with crows. And I wasn't able to snag that one because they sold out real fast. But I ended up buying the Lucid Dreamer candle. Now, obviously I finished it because it was absolutely beautiful. But anyone who's wondering, it's Witchy Apothecary. That's her, the name of her shop on Etsy. So just do a quick Google search or search on Etsy and it'll pop up. And she is, I believe she's in Washington State. I think she's in Washington State or Oregon. She's like in one of those two up there. I don't think it's Canada. I know because there's someone else I buy from that's from Canada. So I could be wrong, but she's in one of those up there, way up there. So anyways, so when I first looked at her shop, the Lucid Dreamer candle was the one that I was absolutely in love with. I have photos of it on my Instagram from back when I first got it, but basically imagine a gorgeous white candle with a lot of herbs. Obviously you could see all of the herbs that have, you know, it's a lot of, it still smells really good. It's a lot of lavender, and I think that there's jasmine in here as well. And it had a giant clear quartz crystal that was stuck at the very top, and it was just beautiful. It's just a beautiful candle. So I have since kept it because it smells good still. And if I were to light it up, I'll light it up just for kicks, because the wick is still there, and there's still enough. There's like maybe just a sliver, just a tiny sliver of wax left, but we'll see if it catches on. It may or may not. But it was actually a beautiful candle, and it burned and it smelled so amazing. And the Lucid Dreamer says, all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream, Edgar Allan Poe. So she'll put like, you know, cute little blurbs here, and it's just a really aesthetically pleasing candle. So that is the Lucid Dreamer. Everything that I'm mentioning here, as far as I know, is still available in her shop. She'll come, She's always making stuff, right? Okay, so I also purchased, as far as candles go, Ask the Cards candle. This is a tarot candle for tarot readers. As you can see, it's beautiful in purple. I have only lit it so much. I haven't used it that often. It looked way, way, way prettier when I first got it. I will say that. It has lavender in it. It has a lot of like, it had like little flowers, which have kind of sunken into the wax when it was wet. And then there was also, she would stick little mini tarot cards in the candle. So I pulled those out because I was afraid of those catching fire. But it's a really, really pretty candle. And this one says, Ask the Cards, the tarot reader candle. Read the cards, read them well. What's in store, they will tell. Past, present, future, I see, all laid out in front of me. Major, minor, all of them, know the answers in the end. So really, really fancy witchy candle here. It's so cute. Like the stickers that she uses for her candles are so pretty. I really like the labels that she uses. It just adds to that witchy flair. So that's one. I usually keep it over on my bookshelf. Another candle I have is the lavender candle. So if you guys know me, you know I'm obsessed with lavender. I love the scent. I absolutely love the scent. Like lotions, shampoos, anything, you name it, I have to have lavender. Like it's one of my favorite scents. So this one had, it was actually really cute. It was a crescent moon created out of the lavender, the actual flower bits. And then it had like a little decorative on the other side. Obviously, it's not going to stay like that the whole time, but I'm telling you guys, when you buy her candles brand new, they're so gorgeous. They're so gorgeous. Like, she does little designs for each one. So unfortunately, I don't have an example for you because I've lit all of them. This one says, lavender, magical properties, gender, masculine, planet, Mercury, element, air, love, protection, sleep, chastity, longevity, purification, happiness, and peace. So that's a fun one. It smells so good. Now these are her larger candles, okay? These are considered the larger ones. She's raised her prices a little bit from when I first bought the Lucid Dreamer, because she's including the factor that shipping, the cost of shipping changed, and then Etsy does, I guess Etsy's really picky with their shipping and all of that. So she had to like kind of rearrange the prices for her products. So I will say that you will be paying a little bit more for the candles than maybe, like, obviously if you were to get, you know, a candle somewhere else for super, super cheap. But if you can appreciate, oh my God, I could smell this candle now as it's light, it's lit. Oh my God, this one smells so good. I might even buy another Lucid Dreamer just because it smells so good. But yeah, you will be paying a little bit more for her candles. They're not cheap, I will say. So the large ones, I think these go for like $35 if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I want to say they're somewhere around like $30 to $35. And then the little ones, this is a small candle that I bought from her. I wanted to pull up my Etsy, like all of my sales and stuff, but the app is being weird. I don't know if it's just my profile, but I can't see my past purchases, and that kind of pisses me off because sometimes I do like to go in the past and see what I bought. So I don't know if that's just an Etsy app issue or if it's me, but unfortunately I couldn't pull up the past, because I bought this one back in, I think this was like back in February. I don't know, earlier in the year, before this whole like pandemic started. So anyways, I can't tell you how big the candle is, but basically you have the large and then you have a smaller version. So these go for, I want to say these are like, they range. It depends on what type of a candle and if it has a crystal in it. So the ones that have like crystals in them are going to obviously cost a little bit more because you're also paying for the price of the crystals. But this one doesn't have crystals in it. So I want to say this one was $13. So that's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. So this is the Sacred Space candle. When it was, before I lit it, it had orange or gold glitter, and then it had all of the herbs. It has sage, it has some Palo Santo in it, and other things, and it smells really, really good. This is the candle that I light for the weekly pick a pile readings that I do for you guys. This is the candle that I'm lighting. So it's really cute. She tied it with a little twine bow, and it says sacred space, cleanse and purify, Palo Santo, frankincense, white sage, and garden sage. So this is a cleansing, a sacred space candle. I love it. It's so cute. I actually really like the little ones. One, because they're a little bit more affordable and you can buy multiples, but also because, I don't know, they just, like when you have the bigger candle, I like to have a big candle on the table when I'm doing like my big readings for people. But when I'm like just filming and whatever, just for like whatever, I do like the little ones. So you could get them in smaller size. Like I said, I feel like the small ones range depending on if it has a crystal in it or not. Anywhere from like 13 to, I think that's like $13 to $18. But the larger ones are definitely a little bit more. Okay, so then a couple other things that I bought from her shop is some sprays. So she does have the mists, okay? So this is the Sacred Sage spray. I am like halfway done with it. I love it. It smells so good. This is also one of the mists that I've been using for the pick a pool readings when I'm doing, like if I spray my hands and stuff, usually it's this one. This one says Witch's Smudge Spray, Cleanse and Purify. This thing smells, it smells like sage, but it also has like, it has like a, like I don't know if it's like rosemary. It just smells, it has like a kick to it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like a zesty kick to it. So I really, really like this one. And the mist sprays, you can use it in substitution for lighting actual sage or lighting incense. If you're like really sensitive to the smokes and stuff, you can totally opt for mists, and it's like a perfect way to cleanse your space but without having to light anything. So I always like to have mists on the side just in case, because sometimes my allergies are just really bad and I can't handle the smoke. So a mist is perfectly fine. It's a nice way to go. I really like it. I love this with the way they smell. It's a nice little bottle. It's not huge. I do believe the mists also come in sizes too, but I usually order the smallest one because I don't really need a lot. I have a lot of sprays. So a lot goes a long way, or a little goes a long way, I should say. Okay, now I did buy an oil from her. There's two oils that I bought. One of them is called the Empath oil. This is protection and grounding oil with amethyst and black tourmaline. So obviously, and it has lavender in it. A lot of her products have lavender. So I really, really liked the thought of an empath oil. Empath is when you have the ability to connect to other people's energy and their emotions. And sometimes you could feel other people's emotions or their moods, and you mistaken it as your own at times because you're connecting with someone else. And so if you're like that sensitive, it's nice to kind of have something that you can use to set the intention to kind of get rid of it, right? So obviously you could do that with a spray, but the oils too, it to me is like another way, it's like another little fancy way to do so. So this is a protection and grounding oil. Obviously with any product that you are using, you should set the intention yourself. At least that's how I like to do it. So this one is meant for protection and grounding, so I would use this before readings, or I would use this also before going to bed. Protecting myself, protecting and grounding myself, getting ready to go to sleep, that kind of thing. So it's a roll-on oil, and you could, it has a whole bunch of herbs. It's hard to see because she has the cute, her cute little label on it, but it has a whole bunch of herbs in it. And there's, what crystal is it? The black tourmaline, which is really, really good for soaking up negative energies. So there's a black tourmaline crystal right there. You could hear it when you shake it. And you could just, roll on some oil on your little pressure points. You could even put some of this on your tarot cards if you're cleansing your cards. You could put this on your anointed onto your, like, the doorways of your room and your home, whatever you want to do. But it's empath oil, so I bought it specifically because I am empath. Oh, it smells good. It has like I can smell like the lavender in it. It smells really good. So I bought it specifically because I'm working with most of the clairs of the psychic connections. I'm mostly clairsentient, aka empath. It's basically the same thing. But I'm also working with my clear hearing, and all of that. So being a clairsentient, like really strong, being able to feel people's emotions and whatnot, identifying as an empath can be a bit much after a while. Like, you'll find yourself super exhausted. You'll find yourself tired. You'll find your ability to focus is difficult because you just absorb so much energy from so many other people. So if you're one of those that, like, you could do a mental cleanse of yourself, right? Mentally telling yourself you're clearing that energy. But if you like to do the little witchy tools, like I said, with the oils and stuff, that's kind of a fun one. So that's empath oil. This one, if you suffer from headaches, migraines, I can even smell this just from without, it's not even open yet. I 100%, this is probably the one thing that I will buy a double of, especially, like, same thing with the Lucid Dreamer candle and the same thing with the next product I'm going to show you. I will definitely order another one. This is the Migraine Magic oil. Okay. It's infused with lapis lazuli, moonstone, and amethyst. Okay. So there's those crystals. You could see them at the bottom. And it is, she doesn't, and that's the other thing, I can't look on my Etsy because I can't see it. It's not popping up. So I would have to go to her shop and look up the oil so I could see what the ingredients are. But it's a very, like, if you guys have ever smelled Vicks, that stuff that's like that stuff that you would put on your chest or whatever to clear up your sinuses, it smells like that. It's like very strong and it's so minty, like a minty fresh kind of an oil, but it's so good. And this one is a roll-on just like the other, so you can roll it on. And what I do is when I have a headache, I have makeup on so I'm not going to do it, but what I do is when I have a headache, I will put some on my third eye because obviously usually it's like the headache is right there in the center of my forehead. So I will put some on my third eye. Sometimes I'll put some on my upper lip so I'm smelling the scent. And then also on my pressure points. So obviously on my wrists, sometimes I'll put some on my chest. It just depends, whatever, wherever you feel intuitively called to put your oil. And then you lay down. This is like what I do. So I'll put it on, right? In the spots I just told you. I lay down. Usually I grab a crystal. Usually it's something dark. So it'll be one of my darker, oh my God, what is this called? Labradorite. Or it will be my black tourmaline or my onyx or something dark. Even smoky quartz could work too. And I lay down. Like, obviously when you have a headache, usually what most people do, you're laying down or you're just trying to get some sleep, you take a nap. But if you put some of this on, it not only will you just be smelling in this minty scent, I smell it, like I'll smell it and then like I imagine it going up into my head, like literally, like in my area, wherever I'm feeling it. Sometimes I have headaches in the front, sometimes I feel them in the back, sometimes I feel them like all over the forehead, sometimes it's only on one side, whatever. So that's usually what I do. And I meditate with it. And then I fall asleep. And I'm not kidding, like, this helps so much. Now, I'm not saying that this is in substitution of any kind of headache, aspirin, whatever medicine you take. Definitely take those as well. But there's just something about the minty scent of this oil and the peacefulness that it brings. And then also it tingles. So when you have it on your forehead, like you feel a cooling sensation. It tingles, but it feels like a cooling sensation on your forehead, wherever the oil is. And it's really, really relaxing. And I completely I 100% love this. It's one of my favorites. So that is the Migraine Magic oil. How much is this? I think it's like $13, I want to say. I think her oils range about 10 to 13 bucks, depending on what they are and then what crystals are inside of them. And then lastly, you guys, so the main things I buy: candles, sprays, oils, and teas. So Anita she blends her own teas. I am not a tea drinker. I'm more of a coffee person, but after I tried Anita's loose leaf La Luna brew, I am 100% on the tea game. 100%. Now, I love all of Anita's stuff. The only thing is I probably wouldn't buy the Empress tea again for myself. Now, that's just for me personally. Some people would probably like the flavor, but this one has too much of a kick to it. It's kind of, I think it's because it has strawberry leaf, elderflower, elderberry, rose hips, and hibiscus flower. I feel like the hibiscus is just a little bit too much. It's too strong for me. I also feel like it's one of these. There's another herb in here. I don't know. I'm not very savvy on the herbs right now, but there's another herb in here that is, it's just a little bit too, I know this is probably the wrong word for it, but spicy. And I don't do well with spice. I get really bad heartburn. I get really bad acid reflux. So I have to be really, really careful with the spice that I am consuming. And I don't know, I don't know if it's just the hibiscus, if it's just really strong. So I have to, if I use this one, I've been using half of the amount that I've been using on this baby. So usually I do a spoonful, like a small spoon. Or I guess like you could use like a teaspoon, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm new to the tea thing. Some people probably put a lot, but this one I have to do very small portion because it is very strong, and spicy, I guess. I don't know. It's probably the wrong word. So I really, ooh, it smells so good. It's beautiful, but it's just a little bit too much for me. So unfortunately, I don't know if I will continue using this. I may put it up for grabs for somebody who wants it. But once this whole quarantine thing is like over, I have a box of goodies that I just want to put up for sale for people to pick and choose what they want. So this tea will probably go in it. Not hating on it because I love Anita's stuff, but it's just too much. It's a little bit too much for me. But otherwise, it's practically new. Like I think I've used this maybe twice. It's still full. So her tea blends, I think these are like $20. Not sure. But it's a nice chunky size, right? It's a little bit bigger than the small candle, obviously, but it's obviously smaller than the large candle size. So it's a nice portion of tea. So there's that one. This is the favorite though. Oh my God, like I have to order another one. I love this one. So this is the La Luna Brew Organic Loose Leaf Evening Tea, Peppermint, Ginger, Lavender, Mugwort. I was really surprised that I dig the mugwort. I thought I wasn't gonna like it because of that. Orange peel, fennel, lemon balm, chamomile, rose petal, papaya leaf. So this one has a hell of a lot more ingredients than the Empress tea, but it's softer. Like it's not spicy, and I think that's why I like it, because it's not spicy. So this blend is really, really pretty. As you can see, I've already gone through probably less than half. Just about half, less than half. It's so pretty. You could see the rose petals. You could see the lavender in there. It has a different scent. Like it has kind of like a minty scent, a minty flavor, which is obviously the peppermint and the orange peel that's in there. But I like to add a little bit of honey and a squeeze of lemon because I do like lemon, like I like citrus. But it's not spicy. Like it doesn't taste spicy like this one. So I'm pretty sure that one, it's most likely the it's the hibiscus flower. It has to be, because I don't know what else would cause that, the heartburn for me. So anyways, I will definitely be buying another one of these. I love this. This is a cozy tea. I was drinking it all throughout the winter when it was like raining and stuff up here and it was snowing. So I like to have like a spoonful of the tea, and then I'll put a little bit of honey and a little, like a squeeze of a lemon. And it's just the perfect tea. It tastes so good. It's loose leaf. I'm not a tea drinker, but I learned how to use my little filter thingy. I don't even know what it's called. And oh my god, guys, it's just so good. So it's just a fun little thing to do when I'm in the mood for tea, and love it. So I will definitely be back for more of the La Luna brew. It's like a sleepy tea. It's really cozy and relaxing. So those are the products by Anitas Apothecary that I personally have used, that I really love. And I think her stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's not just that she's creating it herself and it's like the magic of a witch who's creating her things, but it's also just, she has really good energy. Like, I really enjoy her energy. I love following her stuff on Instagram. Her pictures are absolutely gorgeous. Like, everything about her aesthetic is just, it just screams like cottage witch. And I'm just totally into that. Like, I love it. I can really appreciate someone who puts their magic and their energy into their creations. You could just feel it. Everything smells good, and I just love that she has a lot of lavender. Like, I could tell she loves to use lavender, and so since I'm like a lavender freak, I enjoy it. But I will say, I definitely, like, I will vouch 100% for this migraine magic. I get headaches a lot, and it's usually like, the migraine magic is usually, sometimes I'll just use that without taking aspirin, but sometimes, like I'm saying, take your medicine if you need it really, really bad. But if you blend it with, you know, some migraine magic, add a little magic to your headache, right? So it kind of like, not saying like I get excited to get a headache, because obviously not ever excited for those. But I will say, when I do get a headache, the first thing on my mind is not to go run and take an aspirin or an Excedrin or whatever. The first thing I want to do is put the migraine magic oil on. So it has definitely become a staple piece for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. All of Anita's information I will put in the description box, so you guys could check out her Etsy account as well as her Instagram. No, I'm not sponsoring this. Like, she's not sponsoring this. I bought all of these products with my own money. I love her shop, and I will definitely be back for more. But I will say, if you are going to shop her stuff, be prepared for, you're gonna pay a little bit more than you would your typical candles that you buy at Walmart, okay? Like, you're buying someone's, it's like art in a jar. Her stuff is absolutely gorgeous. So just be prepared that you're gonna be paying a little bit more, but if you can appreciate that and you love supporting a small business and a witchy person in your community, then have at it. So yeah, enjoy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, loves.